Hey everybody. It's a little bit early, but I was getting all excited because I wanted to get on here and say hi to everybody. Um, what I'm doing right now is kind of introduce the show and myself to people that may not know me or have an idea of one way or another. But what I'd like to do is kind of just say hi from Face for Radio, Voice for Print. My name is Kevin Wrestler, and we have a lot to go over today. Kelly Loeffler from Georgia, the old senator that lost to Raphael Warnock, was just nominated as the agricultural secretary for our next president. She is in the pockets of big agriculture, the kind of big agriculture that most of MAGA hates. RFK has spoken out, RFK Jr. has spoken out quite a bit. And it'll be interesting to watch. But all of that is brand new. I just learned that a few minutes ago. But I'd like to go over some things from the very beginning. First of all, the question that I posed earlier was, how is everybody feeling? It's kind of scary, right? Not knowing. Because I know when Biden won in 2020, MAGA wasn't worried about not knowing. They were just worried about lying and saying the election was stolen, and then it was proven that they all knew that it wasn't stolen. They knew that it was a lie from the very beginning, and tried to pass it off as the truth to their gullible supporters. I don't know why there is so much fear with this subject. I just wonder. I have to wonder. Let me see if I can't get this open here for you guys. I don't know how to do it. Just bear with me for a second. Nope, that's not it either. Or is my chat open? I'm not really sure. Hang on. Everyone. I can type. If you can't see me typing on here, if you can't see what's happening, could you do me a giant favor and just go on over to Facebook and let me know on Messenger? Oh, look at that. Background. How about that? Ah! Oh, wow. There we go. All right. I just wanted to check something real quick because it was doing something odd for me. I'm not sure if this is actually out into the airwaves or onto the internet. I'm not sure. Either way, it's recording. If you missed it, you can catch it on my Face for Radio Voice for Print page, and you can check it out again. Please, I would love you guys if you would like and subscribe for me. I'm not looking to grow a giant channel or anything like that. I just like to bring information to people and have a nice discussion about. I say nice. I didn't mean nice. Have a discussion about the pitfalls of probably 60 different issues that are going to change that are going to affect all of us. So if it affects me, I know it's going to affect you. Medicare, Medicaid, oh God, everything, prices, car prices, food prices, everything. It's going to get. I feel like it's going to get ugly. I really hope that it doesn't. I honestly do. But if past is prologue, that is, it's hard not to see it. that way. If you agree with me, let me know. Go ahead. I hope this is working. I have no idea. It says I'm live. I think I'm all right. Either way, it's getting recorded. The first issue that I saw that kind of made me think really hard was the repeal of the ACA or Obamacare. There seems to be like there's a lot of people out there who don't understand the ACA and Obamacare are the same exact thing, and they voted against Obamacare and wanted to keep their ACA. Why don't you do any of this research before you vote for a president? Honestly, it's kind of a joke that you don't, that you just follow, that the sheep moniker really wants to stick on you because you're just following without understanding. I was reading an article where someone had mentioned the Civil Rights Act has a chance of getting repealed. And that's going to assist in the removal of the ACA. Now, it seems odd to me that those two things would go together. But the more I read about it, the more I understood that there's a pattern emerging. And not even emerging. It's been in full view for 4 years, ever since January 20th. January 20th. January 6th, 2020, 2021. Yeah. Way to come with your A game, Kev. Anyway. This has been in full view. And I don't understand what the fear all was. I mean, I still don't, I can't get a grip on that. If someone out there could give me an idea why there's so much fear. I mean, I'm not scared of what's going to happen, mostly because I'm a 58-year-old white man who's going to die in about 5 years. So it doesn't affect me, but I feel for the people. I feel for the LGBTQ community. I feel for the minorities, for anybody who's going to be affected by this. It's become something that's untenable for people, and I think it upsets me at a deeper level than I even know, because I'm mad. There's friends and neighbors and family that voted against me and you. If they voted, I mean, we voted for Harris. We're not voting against the people. We're voting against the policies. Whereas they're voting against the people. Policies be damned. I mean, if you look at the policies, there's no comparison. There's one side helping and the other side is taking. It's obvious. If you look at it with any kind of clear-minded thought, there's no comparison. I just wonder, is this the end? Is the American experiment over? Because, man, I got to tell you, I feel like it is. And I hate that feeling, mostly because it's for the kids. They got to grow up in a world that's going to really be affected by corporate oil people being in charge of the EPA and giant agriculture having a voice in the cabinet in Kelly Loeffler. Matt Gaetz is gone, but that was a fucking red herring to begin with. They were never going to put Matt Gaetz in this. Pam Bondi was his first choice, not Matt Gaetz. They're both from the same state. You don't think they both knew what was going on? Come on. It's freaking ridiculous. The Hegseth isn't going to get nominated. It looks like the Republicans don't like him the same way that they didn't like Matt Gaetz. Now, was he another red herring in order to bring in some sort of warmonger or Iran hawk? I don't know. I'll watch and find out and bring it to you as quickly as I possibly can. I'm going to do a show every day, just a short every day, just to go over the day's events. That's just sort of a taste of what is happening on this show. I want to bring up some controversial stuff. I want to talk about it. I would love if you guys would join me in the chat. I don't know why the chat's probably don't have it on. Hang with me here for a second. Nope. No, it looks like it's working on my end. If you don't want to type, that's fine. Don't worry about it. But I would love to get some ideas on what you all would like to see. Get an idea, because I do go pretty deep into the Library of Congress, history. I'm a huge Civil War buff. I believe the Civil War was a catalyst for this exact movement. I don't want to say the South has risen again, but it sure feels that way after watching the Confederate flag being carried through the Capitol on January 6th. That sickened me. If it didn't sicken you, we have a problem. And if it didn't sicken you, please tell me why it doesn't sicken you. At least give me an idea. What's your ideology? What's your thought process as to a Confederate flag carried through our capital, the Union capital? I've never been more disgusted with my fellow Americans. Oh, man. 2025, the year of Project 2025. Did you guys read that playbook at all? Did you look at it, read it, or just kind of catch the headlines on whatever came up on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, whatever? If you rely on that, please go to a reputable source that gives you the information correctly. There's a bunch of stuff. Free lunches are going to be cut. SNAP's going to be cut. They're going to cut Social Security. They're going to privatize Medicare and Medicaid. They're dumping FAFSA. They're going to dump regular daycare. On top of those things, they want to ban books. When was the last time that you saw anybody that banned books? That was the good guy. Get in there and read this thing. It's just unbelievable. I'm going to discuss abortion as well. I know that's a huge topic, but I would like to get into that with people as well. The blanket 20% tariffs on every item coming in from outside of the country. And I'm not talking about China's tariffs. That's just a blanket tariffs on everything. China's tariffs are going to be through the roof. So anything you buy that you thought was cheap at one point, it's not going to be anymore. I'm going over my notes if you haven't noticed, because if I don't, I'll lose my place. Because I'm old and my mind sucks. The stock market is starting to reflect major shifts. Good Lord, the 401ks are starting to weaken. It's just, I don't know what else to say about it. It's. I have so many notes that I don't want to overburden everybody, but I'm going to tackle each one of these issues one at a time. And I would love if you guys would join me to help do that. I wrote down some things that were a little bit more inflammatory. I'd like to keep those out of here today because this is the original show. We'll get a little more inflammatory once we get started, weekly or daily shows. Just know that it's our duty to stand up for those who can't. It's what Americans do. They stand up for people who are being oppressed, who are being vilified, murdered. It's what we are. If you don't agree with that, then I'm not really sure why I'm talking to you, because I don't think you're an American. I said it. I'm sorry. I don't. And in closing, oh my God, I want to sound like a freaking radio host. In closing, man, I honestly, wish all the best to all of you and yours. I really do. It's broken my heart that I've had to get rid of family and friends that, obviously family I've known for a long time, but friends that I've known for 20 years or more that I liked. I didn't realize they would vote against me, they would vote against people, vote against their own self-interest. Just, I don't know, to own the libs. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But there was a few that really upset me, that on principle I had to. I saw what they were, and it was I was sad. Yeah. So anyway, I have something written down here I don't want to say, but I pray you get everything you voted for. That may sound horrible. That may sound weird. Maybe condescending. But damn it, I told you so. 10 years. It's 10 years. 10 times around the damn sun, I've been talking and trying to get people to see a better world rather than this hateful, just awful man who is going to be running our country. Stand up, fight. This is Kevin. Face for Radio, Voice for Print. We will see you tomorrow.